Start recording. Stop recording. Button.
I'm still kind of new at this, being on camera, but I'm really troubled about something, and I want to make this to the blind and the deaf community. Other people might have done this, but I'm not sure that they have, so I'm going to. I want to make this to the deaf and the blind community. Many people have been panic buying, so I know there's not a lot of videos made out to the blind and the deaf community. I know that a lot of you deaf people may not be able to hear this, and I don't have anyone to sign language this. I am newly hearing impaired, so I haven't been able to learn sign language yet because of transportation. I may end up having to get this typed out. If I can't find anyone to do this in sign, I'm going to talk to Laura, my social worker, and see if she can put something out once I talk to her about this situation. But since a lot of people have been panic buying, there's not a lot of hand sanitizers on the shelf, and you can't run out every few minutes and wash your hands every time you want to communicate among the deaf-blind community. So what I want to talk to you guys about is asking your social workers for gloves. You're going to need a lot of gloves if you can't get hand sanitizers, because we like to communicate. And a lot of us deaf-blind people do tactile communications. This virus is spreading fast, and we in the deaf-blind community are going to be very susceptible to this virus if we're not careful. So I want to talk to you about ways of communication that I have been thinking about. We need to go to text communication. There is a program on the iPhone, and I don't know if Android has it. I haven't looked it up yet, but they probably do, called Hearing Helper. And if a person talks slow and clear, they can speak what they want to say, and it will text out onto your phone what they are saying. And when I do that, it puts into Braille on my Braille display what people are saying. Now, it won't work in a group setting when a lot of people are talking at once, but one-on-one it is great. That is one alternative. The other, if you're doing tactile communication, you can wear gloves. And I highly suggest it. I'm not trying to spread panic. I'm just trying to keep this virus down. And then change gloves periodically. And then when you're out of that communication setting in a room with people or among people, then change gloves. Do not touch your face with these gloves on, and do not do things like you blind people, myself included. I'm not much of a face toucher, but I know that a lot of blind people like to touch people's faces to see what they look like. This is out now. Do not be touching people's faces. And if you do, wear gloves and change gloves after you do. Let's see. Let me see if there's anything else I want to think of. I would suggest disinfectant wipes, but I've looked in the stores. They are very hard to find. If you want to, you can get one of those little packs, those hard plastic cases that baby wipes come in, and you can get some cleaning rags and put a few cleaning rags in it and put some alcohol on them, and they won't dry as fast. They'll stay wet for a while in the little baby wipe cases. That is a good idea. I thought of that, and I've been doing that because I want to keep my surfaces clean and hands clean, because I'm very susceptible to infection. Be very careful where you blind people, me included, put things such as canes, Braille displays when you're using them on a hard surface, computers. Wipe where you set it down. The days of just feeling for a surface and feeling for where you sit, you carry a wipe with you. Just we are very touchy-feely people, and we've got to be very careful about this stuff. I just wanted to put this video out because we're very prone to touch things and to, we go sighted guide and we touch people's elbow. People are coughing and sneezing into people's elbow, into their elbows. So I know this isn't exactly right because of how sighted guide is done, but try to, you're going to have to reach up higher, but I know it's not the protocol, but ask if you can hold someone's shoulder or something when you're going sighted guide. And I know I know sighted guide is grabbing someone's elbow. If you're going to get someone's elbow, then use a glove and then take the glove off after they've led you around. Because where people cough and sneeze into now is their elbow, and that does not help a blind person one iota. So these are just a few things I can think of. I'll put out a video when I think of a few more, or anybody else that's blind want to add to this, you go ahead. But I'm not trying to spread fear or panic among the blind community. I just want to put this out because I know that we are very touchy-feely people, and we in the hearing impaired, we communicate, a lot of us with tactile, with our hands. Oh yes, those who do Braille or sign language, especially Braille on the back of shirts or whatever, change your shirt every day when you go out in public. Change it every day, and if you don't wash it on warm water, which a lot of nowadays a lot of us wash on cold, put it in the dryer. Just saying. And if you can't, then spray a little Lysol on the back of it, something, until we get through this pandemic. It won't hurt to spray a little something on the back of your shirt if you can't wash it in warm water or put it in the dryer. I'm just trying to watch out for us here, in the disability. I'm not one to just try to tell people what to do, but I'm just trying to spread some ideas here. So, like I said, I'm just putting this out in our community here. And I'm going to try to share this with Laura and my social worker and her interpreter and see if we can't put something out in type to those who are deaf. But I'll put this out in the blind community so that maybe it can get typed something. Anyway, I love all of you, and we can get through this together because we are strong. We do not see, but we see, and we do not hear, but we hear.